In this video, we take you on a journey to a grocery store in the picturesque town of Karavostamo. Karavostamo is a small seaside village at the northern part of Ikaria. Ikaria is a well-known blue zone longevity island, where people live to 100 years of age and more. Grocery stores in small towns of Ikaria are more often afterthought than a main source of food. Local Ikarians get their meat, dairy and fresh produce from their own farms and gardens. While grocery stores carry food, locals go there mostly to buy treats, sweets and household products that they cannot procure themselves. For this reason, we rarely saw large selections of fresh meats or seafood sold there.
So we are right at the edge of Karavostamo, a town near Avdilos. So there are a lot of different kind of passageways for pedestrians to go here. To walk. You can see the beautiful townscape. It's a nice day today. So yeah, there are two stores down there, very small mini markets with groceries and everything. They're a bit more expensive than other places we've been, but maybe there's another store up there. So it's a bit dangerous on this road. We'll just be careful walking.
And as for grocery stores here in Karavostsamo, we noticed that, I don't know, it's probably because of the season, the produce here is not as fresh as in other places.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen like many fruits, they probably were on the shelves for like probably weeks or if not more.
Yeah, it's the only downside.
So we have to look around and see if there's another store. And we're even considering going to Avdilos.
To walk.
Yeah, but it's like an hour and a half walk one way.
Oh, there's a bakery here. Oh. And coffee.
The best baked bread in the town.
You want to see?
Yeah, sure.
Bought this bread. It's very big.
The sesame seeds. I'm not sure if it's. I chose it. Maybe, hopefully, it's a bit like a sweet, like a challah, you know.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So that store, it had.
So it was a cafe.
Yeah, it was cafe as well as bakery, and they had many sweets, biscuits.
Not just baked goods, but I think they were just kind of like dessert thingies. I don't know.
There was ice cream even. I think
ice
gelato.
Cream. Yeah, so a lot of stuff there. Very nice.
And this bread, for instance, we bought. It was just €2.20.
And it was pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty big bread. And it's probably fresh, freshly baked today.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, we paid with cash, of course, because it's a small amount.
Yeah, they did have a credit card terminal, so we could have paid with a credit card. But didn't we like hear a story, or you read somewhere that locals don't particularly like that when you pay with credit card?
Yeah, they have fees and everything. So
of course.
They like, especially when I would presume when you pay with something very small, less than $5 maybe, then it's just not maybe worth it. So you can technically use your credit card anywhere. Sometimes the owners will say that it's broken, but
pretend it's broken.
Yeah, they pretend it's broken, just so you don't have to. Yeah, and we notice sometimes when we buy groceries that when we use our credit card, they're a little unhappy, but
they're like, But once you say, and they will tell you, oh, it's broken, and they're like, well, I can't pay them. They're like, actually, it works now.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. You can just say that you don't have anything except your credit card, then it'll magically start working. But I like that we're going along this road, and we have these stores along the way. It's very cool. We were just discussing buying bread somewhere because there wasn't any fresh bread in the stores down the village. So
it was a perfect opportunity.
Yes, it's right along the main road when you barely reach Karavostamo. The store is right there. So we passed another cafe on this main road. Yeah, we tried actually the bread. It was it's not sweet, but there's some spices like cinnamon. It's very light, fluffy, very delicious.
Yeah, we thought how Karavostamo is quite a large town. The testament to that is this gas station, which we haven't seen in many smaller villages, and they have, yeah, probably they serve this surrounding area. So keep walking uphill, and we have sea in the distance. Many houses with gardens. Yeah, we saw that quite often the stone is the construction material of choice here in Ikaria. So many houses have roofs out of stone, and actually they're all made of stone. I mean, sometimes we see houses like this, more modern, with kind of like bricks. But I think most people still build houses with rocks, but it used to be just rocks, but now they obviously reinforce that with I guess that would be some sort of mixture, concrete, so that it stays in place. But still we see everywhere the usage of stone. For instance, we have a table on our balcony, and the table is made completely out of just rough granite stone. So we still keep on walking to the store.
Yeah, it's almost here. I'm not sure what kind of store it is.
Yeah.
There's a sign on Google Maps, but I'm not really sure. It says it's open till 4. And it feels like it's not a grocery store, but in the comments, in the reviews, someone said about something about food, so it's difficult to say.
So there's a store up ahead. We'll go inside and check it out. We don't usually film inside stores. We noticed, like in Athens, they have signs no filming inside. Just out of respect to the owner, we refrained from doing that. It's like, looks like a garden store with seedlings.
Really? So it was a garden store. It wasn't a food store.
Yeah, they were selling seedlings and such for gardening and other supplies. So we continue walking. Maybe there's another store.
Yeah, I don't know any names or anything, but there are a lot of houses up ahead, so maybe there'll be a store with them.
So we're on a store quest. Let's see if we find something. Okay, I think maybe success, we don't know. There's a sign that says supermarket up ahead.
Hopefully it'll be big.
Well, they say supermarket, but it's just a small kind of convenience store looking stores typically. They're not that large.
Hopefully it's open.
Yeah, should be.
There's a postal agency here.
Ah, that's right. Yeah. So I see many box crates, so that tells me there's a produce.
Oh, great.
So we'll check it out. So this grocery haul was a success. The supermarket, it was quite large.
Yeah.
It had everything we needed.
Yeah, it seems like every grocery store has its own thing. Like this grocery store had a lot of fresh produce. I mean, the only thing they didn't have, I guess, was a salad. Lettuce. I mean, we usually get lettuce. But other than that, they had a lot of the fresh stuff. So they had a lot of fruit, peppers, sweet peppers, cucumbers. So the other stores, for some reason, they don't have that in the Karavostsamo, but this one had a lot of fresh ones.
And the owner told us that the tomatoes that they sell, we bought one. They from Ikaria actually. and he said that they are very sweet.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Actually, most of the tomatoes probably are from Ikaria that we've been buying.
And the zucchini as well, probably.
Yeah, and they're real sweet. Yeah, the zucchini we bought, it definitely feels like it's local, fresh.
Yeah, and they're like, we've been all around Ikaria, and the zucchini, we really like zucchini. They're all different in every single place we bought them at. They're very different looking. So different varieties, I guess. They're all very delicious. So they're probably local too. And that's another vegetable they had. So they have a lot of vegetables, and we bought a lot of stuff. I don't know, you can show the bag.
Yeah, so
full, and it's 19 euros.
Like many different fruits, veggies.
And the bread.
And the bread before.
Okay, so that's our haul. And we might, for some reason they didn't have like a lot of juices. Because it's very hot right now. The juices are nice, like the ones in the carton. They had the Ikarian juices.
Carbonated.
Carbonated, but not the Greek juices. And yeah, so that was nice. So that's why we're gonna go to the other stores afterwards and get some juice.
Yeah, the one funny thing is when we came there, there was, I guess it's a family-owned business. Like almost all of them were smoking inside the store, even like puffing smoke inside, to our faces. It was funny.
Yeah, you just get used to their culture.
Yeah,
so
I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, but otherwise it's very great. Yeah, very friendly people. So we're going to go down to our Airbnb, put that stuff away, and then the stores close probably around 3, so we're gonna go to the other stores to get the other things we need. Yeah, I guess lettuce would be nice if there will be some, maybe, because I think not all days they get the fresh produce, maybe like once a week or twice a week. So
yeah, local farmers probably are selling.
So maybe we'll see some lettuce there. And juice. What else do we want to buy? Oh, we were looking for olive oil, but I mean there was an olive oil. We already tried it from Samos, but nothing in like glass bottles, or I mean, if we really wanted to, we could have bought it. But anyways, what else do we want to buy? Except juice and lettuce.
Maybe feta. I don't know. We'll see. Haven't decided.
Maybe some pasta.
But now we don't have to go to Avdilas.
That's true. Well, except for the olive oil, maybe. But we still have some, and our Airbnb host left some. But we don't know what kind it is, because it's just in a refilled bottle. But it smells nice. So, and it's yellowish, so it's probably either the Samos oil, I guess. It's that. Oh, look at these apples, right? Or pears?
I don't know what that is, actually.
Maybe you can touch it.
I have no idea.
They're fluffy. They're like pears, or no, pears,
yeah,
peaches.
I don't know, could be peaches, actually. It looks like that.
Fuzzy.
So yeah, we've pretty much been consistently buying food from grocery stores. That's kind of like our thing. we like to cook at home, and
yeah, I don't think we've been. Well, we've been to a restaurant in Athens, well, like a more casual restaurant, and but before that, I don't think we've been to a restaurant in like a year, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, it's been a while, probably.
But in Ikaria, as you were saying right now,
yeah, we just like home cooking, and plus it could be expensive if you go often. It adds up to the cost of the trip. And
yeah, when we started going to restaurants in Maganitis, because there just wasn't a lot of
grocery stores.
Groceries, but I mean, I guess it was fine. We could have bought from those stores, but yeah, so we went to the stores to try the food here, just because we wanted to try the food in Ikaria to see if it was any special in the restaurants, because in Maganitis, they're very home cooked. Everything in the restaurants is home cooked because the boat comes very not often, and I guess the cars don't come often as well to deliver outside groceries. So it's mostly like very close to all homemade, all that food.
Yeah, so they use mostly seasonal, their own produce from the gardens around the city.
And their menus are very small.
And if you come there, they'll say, "Oh, we don't have this, we don't have that," because the produce is just not there. It's not seasonal.
So they may have some frozen things too.
And we wanted to, we've been wanting to try moussaka for a while.
Yeah.
We could have tried it in Athens in a restaurant, but we just didn't go to that restaurant. And plus, we tried souvlaki in another video that we posted. If you want to check it out, we linked it above in the description. So we've been invited. So we are staying in an Airbnb. It's a very hospitable, very nice lady from Ikaria, and she invited us to her home. And she was like, do you have any restrictions, dietary restrictions, or do you eat this or not that? And like, man, not really. We said we eat pretty much everything. It's like, great, I'll cook you a moussaka. And I've been wanting to try moussaka for so long.
Have you ever had it?
Me, myself? No. Yeah, I mean, I went to Greek restaurants in the United States, but I don't remember trying that specifically. I tried like different pizzas, maybe souvlaki, some sort of meatballs, but not moussaka. Yeah, and another dish we wanted to try, it was soufiko.
Soufiko, yeah, but I guess maybe it's more seasonal now. There wasn't the right time yet for the soufiko, but maybe now they have it in the restaurants. But that's okay. I mean, we can make it at home.
Of course.
It's a pretty easy dish. And yeah, it's funny. The lady messages us through Greek. She doesn't speak the best English, but still, and despite that, she tries to be very hospitable. There was a sign for the KKE party, Communist Party.
Yeah, so there was our host told us that
our previous host.
Yeah, from Christos. He was saying that the Communist Party used to be very popular in Ikaria, but its popularity started to wane over the last, I don't know, 10 years. And he was saying that the reason for that was there was the left-wing, I guess, left-wing party. I think it's probably Syriza. They appeared around the Greek crisis and became very popular because they were like anti-IMF, anti-establishment. So they were anti-establishment. This is the left-wing, I think it's Syriza party, and so they sucked in the votes from the Communist Party because they positioned themselves as a left-wing, very similar ideas to communists. So since then they became less popular. But he was saying that they turned out even more pro-establishment, this Syriza party, than anti, because
they changed their parties.
Well, first they bent to the will of IMF and everything, so they went, even though they declared that they are anti, but they still accepted everything that was demanded at that time from Greece. I mean, there was little that they, I guess, could have done. Their hands were tied because they don't have their national bank in Greece. It's all coming from, I guess, Brussels, the European Central Bank. So anyhow, they they became really pro-establishment. Moreover, he was saying that many of the party members, they're frequently switching parties from ultra left wing to pro right wing and back and forth. So it's just really doesn't matter. Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
Oh, and I was saying, I wanted to say that our host here, she left us books about Ikaria. One is about health, very interesting, and the other one is about just Ikaria stories the author knows from her ancestors, her father and everything. And in the book, she was talking about how the communists, they were exiled to Ikaria, and there was a lot of them. I think there were like 8,000 exiled and Ikaria was very small and poor, and that's why they exiled them there. But the exilees, they were very professional people, like doctors, maybe carpenters, and so they helped Ikarians a lot. And that is why there's a good sentiment towards communists in Ikaria, because they came here and it was like a prison for them, but they were free here, but they helped out a lot with their trades, and that's why the sentiment for communism is still high.
Yeah, so they were, I think, 8,000. We don't know exactly, but I think that's what we heard. And so compare this to a population of Ikaria, about 10,000 now. And back in the day, it was after World War II, the exile happened of communists. It was probably half of that, if not less.
Yeah.
So they were pretty overwhelming numbers for the island.
Yeah.
And as Christina said, they had different professions, like engineers, doctors.
Yeah, there's a famous musician that was communist, and I think he stayed in Ikaria, I guess, because he's known as an Ikarian musician. He was a violinist.
So this is our entire
Haul.
Food haul from several grocery stores. There was bread, bought juices, so we'll just quickly...
And this was all like $80?
78, yeah.
Well, euros.
Euros, yeah. So it was like 85 US dollars.
So yeah, this bread, very, very soft. Has some cinnamon taste in it. But it's not sweet, but it's like a dessert bread, I guess. Very delicious.
Yeah, it was like $2, 2 euros. So...
And we ate some things already, like a pear and a few nectarines.
So we have here cucumbers.
Yeah, and you can see they're from the...
Yeah, they're local because they're not even like, they just cut off from the vine.
Which is great. I think maybe these will be one of the first that we'll try.
Some pears.
They're very delicious.
Very delicious.
Local zucchini, probably.
Definitely local. Because the cut is
And
relatively fresh.
You see the stripes are very strong. They're different sometimes in the stores.
We don't know the exact prices for everything, but I think for this it was like €2 something for kilo. Yeah, these they sell by piece, one piece, arugula, which is oroket. It was like 140, I think, or 120.
Yeah, well, it wasn't very expensive. Like when we got the total, I think these were not expensive. And then 2 sweet peppers.
Yeah, they're
not,
like
this.
They're not expensive at all here. I think it was like 3 or 4 for kilo.
Yeah, I think like each of them is probably like 50 cents because I remember that when we got them. Lettuce, we got this in a store here.
The lettuce, I'm not sure if it's local or not, but it's hit or miss. Sometimes it's fresh, sometimes it's just...
Yeah, these outer leaves aren't great, but the inner ones are fine.
Withered, yeah, a little bit.
So here are the more expensive things. Let's start. So
this is the honey.
It's thyme honey.
Not just any honey.
Thyme honey, and I've read that it's the most prized honey in Ikaria, the thyme honey, because there aren't that many thyme plants on the island, and it's very healthy, supposedly.
So this bottle of honey, it was
18.
Here's the price, 18 euros. But I think it's priced a little higher if we bought it, let's say, in Agios Kyrikos or elsewhere, maybe by 2-3 euros max.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Ikarian honey is known for its healthy properties that promote longevity. We tried it there and it had a very intense but delicious flavor. If you'd like to try Ikarian raw honey, take a look at Klio's online store by clicking the link in the description. Klio brings authentic Ikarian honey and other Greek wild herbal teas to US customers.
Then we bought this is called Veri Coco, which is apricot jam. This one was 5.40.
Yeah, well, it's not cheap, but maybe it's gonna be really good.
But it's not from Ikaria.
We have these tortellini that we saw, so they're not cheap either. It's like 60, but it's 1 kilogram, so it's melon.
2 euros something per kilo.
Yeah, it's at the high season now, so I think they're a bit cheaper because remember when we first got to Ikaria, they were 4. This rice we tried it because there wasn't any other rice before with the parboiled rice, and we developed a taste for it. So there are a lot of different rices here, but we liked parboiled recently. There's the Ikarian tomato that we were told was really sweet. Bought a feta cheese, 680. Not from the island, but Greek. Also, there's a protected designation of origin. Then there's local mastic gum. Sweet. We tried it before. It's very delicious, like candy. And then these juices were very affordable in the store by the beach. They're 120
each.
for each. And this mango one is really good. The peach isn't bad either, but the mango is really good. There's another brand of juice in another store. It was $2 per carton. They're a little bit better taste-wise, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's a small town and the prices are a bit high, but still it's pretty good. And
well, at least they have everything. That's all that matters.
This probably can last us for a couple of days, we would have paid at least double or triple of this if we went to restaurants. When back home, we saw a van selling freshly caught fish, and it's funny. He put out the speaker, and there was music playing
to let everyone know that he's there.
He's there, and he was. It was very strong, fishy smell.
But I guess the van, I would think that it's not Karavostsamo. It's just he's going around the island probably.
In our next video, we will do a taste test of local dishes that our Airbnb host in Karavostsamo shared with us. Stay tuned for that and subscribe to our channel for more content on blue zones, travel and food. All the best!